Take it away, little hot dog.
All right,
She got
hi, little hot dog. I'm going to teach you guys about Millia, I guess. I don't really have anything like super structured, but I've been watching the other guides. I see a lot of people start with just like round starts and stuff, so I'm gonna keep it fairly free form. But if you have any questions or anything at any point, just like feel free to jump in, ask any questions. I don't care about like doing things out of order or just like segueing or anything like that. So, yeah. Millia is a super high mobility mixed character. That's her main thing. She's fragile, but not too big a deal. Um, because she can use her mobility to take advantage of everyone else's game plan and stuff like that, and just run mix. She's not super high damage, but she does have combos where she'll just like explode you for certain things. But for the most part, her main thing is just getting into her win condition, which is just 2D into disc and then running whatever you want. Um, yeah, so she's got a lot of good buttons. 5P is super fucking fast. How many frames is that? 5 frame? No, it's 7 frame startup, 5 frames active, so it's really good for stuffing anti-airs. Um, this is like a really good round start. This is good for like stuffing dolphin, stuffing a lot of like air approaches. 6P is hella active, and it's like a really good round start a lot of times. That's, let me see. 6P is 9 frames active, so like 9 frame start but 9 frames active, so it punishes like a ton of stuff. The most common round start button I think you're gonna see from Milia's is Far Slash. Far Slash is really good because it just controls a ton of space. Um, it's a 9 frame startup, so it's like one of the fastest Far Slashes that there is in the game. 2 frames active, but not a big deal. Like -7, but you can cancel into a lot of stuff. So like what a lot of Milias will do round start is they'll do Far Slash. If it just like regular hits, they'll go into S disc just for like a quick combo, and then you can just like pull up and do whatever you want. Let me turn that off actually.
hot dog. Could you do
Ta-da-ta.
me a favor and lower
Sure.
your stream quality to 30 FPS?
Yeah,
I'm
I
having a
got you.
little bit of connection issue with it.
Sure. Let me see. Let me just kill it.
Oh god.
Here you go. See if that's better. I put it at
Beautiful.
720 and 30 frames.
That's so much better already.
Hell yeah. Okay, cool. So let me see. Let me just turn this off real quick. Yeah, okay. So yeah, so round start, Far Slash is super common because you can just do Far Slash into that and then pull up and do whatever you want. Keep pressure going. Or on counter hit. By the way, is the volume and everything like that okay?
Yeah, everything's great.
Okay, sick. Okay, on counter hit round start, which is common since it's like 9 frame startup, it beats a lot of like round start options. You get a whole combo off of it. So you'll get if I don't screw it up. Okay. You can get that.
Okay.
You get that. Like, you get a whole thing. It builds a ton of meter, and you're immediately in positive bonus. So, getting counter hit by Far Slash is, like, really bad. Other common round starts are, Milias will just, like, pull up and do that. We'll just pull up with, IADJH. because you can get a lot off of that. Another corner situation. They'll also do IED Capel. That'll get you a whole other combo. The only other things I can think of, 6H is a round start sometimes. It's more niche. But that's really good for stuffing things like Faust 2P, a couple lows. It'll just like go over it and stuff it. It's really good for catching backdash. If you are finding somebody who's like round start backdashing a lot, they'll like just pull up real quick and do 6H. That'll catch for a whole like counter hit bombo, or they'll just round start hair car. That's a lot rarer. That's like more of a hard call out, but some people will do that because they get soft knockdown and immediately go into disco key and stuff like that. But if that gets blocked, you're like kind of screwed. So not super common to go for, but it is like a hard call out that some people do sometimes, especially against like Happy Chaoses that'll like curse a lot on round start. Neutral, for the most part, like she has high mobility, so a lot of times she'll try to like hang out around here and like try to like bait something out of you, and then whiff punish, and then just start running her shit. So aside from that, like she's trying to bait stuff out of you just like with movement checks and just like dash blocking, stuff like that, to get you to do something, then capitalizing on it. But really this is like probably her biggest like threat range, because from right here, from this position, she has Far Slash, she has IDJH, she has IED Capel, she can pull up really fast with 2K, which is like a really good button. 2K 2D, and then it's immediate, you know, win condition. What else does she have there? 2S is another option from there. Or 5K. 5K is really good and something to look out for because of a couple reasons. For one, it gatlings into 2K and 2D, so you get the whole thing there. It can go straight into 2D, but also it gatlings into itself, so she can sit there and just like confirm it 2 or 3 times to like really confirm if it hit or you blocked, so she knows if she can do this or if she has to like do something else, do something like that. And she can stagger it to catch you mashing, so that's another thing. The biggest thing you can do against Millia, if she's gonna pull up on you, is to FD. Because without FD, if you're just regular blocking, all guard. Oh wait. If I'm going like too fast or anything, by the way, let me know, because I had like a ton of coffee before we started.
You're doing great. You're doing great.
You're perfect.
You're doing great.
Sick. Okay, cool. But do not feel afraid to just be like, yo, calm your shit, please.
If the Millia review isn't in Mach 2, like what kind of...
So true. So true. So, the main thing that's good to defend against Millia, like I was saying, is to FD. Similar to like Soul, like you FD and you kind of shut him down. Same kind of thing with Millia and her pressure that she's gonna run up close, because close slash is like kind of a demon button. Like it's an anti-air, it's like 2-hit, so she has time to confirm what she's doing. It's got good damage. It lifts on hit, so that leads into a whole bunch of stuff. But the other thing is that it's an immediate high-low. Like off of Flow Slash, you have 2S, but you also have 2K Bad Moon, if I didn't suck at doing it. So on blocks, you can do that all day, right? Doesn't matter, she can just pull up, do that. Do that. You pretty much just have to guess off of Close Slash whether it's just gonna go high or low. But if you FD, especially like Close Slash, good example for me. Let me stop him from like pushing. What I have him doing 6p, yeah. Okay, so no option. Okay, so on FD, that's just gonna straight up whiff. Like, you cannot do it for free. You can do it on one hit of close slash, but like, most people aren't gonna want to do that. So FD just like shuts things down, and it's also something that you can develop over time. That since close slash is 2 hits, if you know they're gonna pull up in close slash, you can get it to the point where you can like consistently FD or IBFD the second hit, and that just pushes her like way out. Like, just to show you off of like IBFDing both hits. Like, she gets pushed way out. She cannot do like anything off of that. You pretty much just like invalidate her pressure. The only thing she can do is the low, and like you can block that. So you can just like shut down her game plan, and like from there you're forcing her to either like pull up again and try to throw you, or like dash in or something. So you have options there to like shut that down. Yeah, point being, FD is super important. Like here neutral in the corner, also super important, because that shuts down a lot of her routes there also. Let's see. Yeah, for a corner route, like, some Millias will do this whole thing, right? Or they'll just do 1 rep of it. Oops. That whole thing. Because you can do a lot to, like, keep pressure going and mix in the corner. But if you FD that, I'm gonna faultless defense. I don't have a recording for the air throw, but just to like prove the point, I'm gonna have it after a block. Let me do that here. There's time to jump there. That's an air throw. That's a free air throw.
Okay.
Every day of the week. As soon as you see them do this, that's free. You can just jump up and air throw them, put them in the corner, and then just destroy them, pretty much. So FD is very strong. Yeah, like everywhere. If you watch
stuff comes from like Capel and them not being able to do anything after Capel, right?
Yeah, that's a big thing. So after Capel, you only have really one option out of that. The only thing you can really do from that is just Turbo Fall. Other than that, I can mash up all day, right? Jump's not going to come out. I can mash dash all day, it's not going to come out. So all you have is that, pretty much. You can do some stuff like that, but there's still time within that where you're going to get air thrown anyway, so it's not like too much of a like countermeasure. So once you see Capel come out, if it whiffed on you, you can just like jump and air throw immediately, and that's free. Which on that note, it's probably good to go over a little bit of the RPS, because I know like Capel is like a big problem for a lot of people, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's like the one thing that Millia does. Everyone's like, oh my god, this move.
It's cheating.
It's cheating. So the only thing I have to tell you is, yeah, it's cheating.
Nice.
Yeah. There's an RPS around it, right? So, when they're around this range, you know, when they dash in, they could be doing JH or they could be doing Capel. I should probably set recordings for this. But I think I can just prove the point just having them crouch real quick. Yeah, that whiffs entirely. Okay, so the RPS is if you see them jump and air dash, you can press a low profile button or just crouch if you're thinking Capel is coming, and it'll whiff entirely. And they can like kind of possibly like check you with like a falling JK, but like there's enough time from there to just jump up and grab. So you can stuff that. The other thing is just like if they come in a JH, obviously 6P is the option there. Like that's gonna beat it like every time. One thing that I know catches a lot of people is a lot of Millias will do. Actually, let me turn it off first just to show it. Oh my god, I'm really good at controlling this.
No worries, no worries.
This is
Okay.
the hardest part of the game.
That's
The-
true.
The lab matchup
agree.
says 7-3 for real, for real.
That's so real. Okay, so let me just make sure. Okay, yeah. So one thing that a lot of Millias will do is they'll JH dash JH. That can be same side or it can be cross up. Whether it's same side or cross up doesn't really matter because it's fake as hell. You can you can stuff it. Only the first one obviously is real, but after that, all you have to do is the 6 POS, which is just you do like back and like PK or PS. That is not PS. PK or PS, just either of them. So what that does is, if they stay same side, you get faultless defense and push them out. If they cross up, you get 6P. Yeah, either way, you get 6P. So, yeah, I'm just having it 6P either way now on block, just to like demonstrate the point. Except I didn't set it, because I mixed myself. Hell yeah, okay. So that's a counter hit. And on cross, it would also be a counter hit. So anytime once you see the first JH, if you know that that's a habit of theirs to just like continue pressing it, you can just like do the 6POS and you're either gonna block it or you're gonna stuff them with 6P counter hit, and you can run your game plan from there. They could, of course, do something like that. They could just like Rog Capel, or they can dash Capel. But you know, that's just like the RPS. And not every Millia is going to do that. If you just see that they love spamming it, you can just do that and stop letting them get away with it for free. Let me see. I'm trying to think of like the knowledge checks that are like really good to go through. Oh, there's a big one. Okay. So here, right? A lot of Millias, you might see this sometimes where they'll do close slash, 6H, air car, whatever, right? So you would think, you know, you can just block low the entire time and you're good. 6H is cancelable because it's airborne. So in the first part of 6H, you can cancel it into air specials. So you can either turbo fall out, right? You can turbo fall out, and you can also bad moon out. So that's just like a knowledge check thing. So whenever you have that and they're running close slash into 6H, once you see the 6H, you stand, you block standing for the... I'm sorry, you block low for the first hit and then stand for the second. So you block low and then standing. So that way you'll block like the 2S if they were gonna go for that, right? And you'll also block the bad moon off of that. So that basically covers all the options there. The only other thing that they can do is the turbo fall, and you can either stuff it with a button like 6P or something, or just mash out, or you can throw them. Counterattack here. Is it here? Yeah. Okay. That's a free throw. They can't do anything about it. I'm mashing throw and like nothing. I can't even like backdash out. So if that's another habit that they have, punish the hell out of it, because they're just getting away with like throwing you for free there. which if you're not aware of it, it's a very good reset because they can just do the turbo fall there, throw you, and then immediately like do their JH safe jump and then start running disco key. It's screwed up. it's really screwed up from there. What else? I don't know. Is there anything that you guys like run into problems with Millia that I can like maybe like give guidance on?
You maybe go over how to recognize situations where Millia has a safe jump and what that safe jump looks like versus. Because I think a lot of the times what happens is like Millia go for something that looks like a safe jump and then we'll do something fake as hell and
Yeah.
then just like get you because you're like, this is the time for the safe jump. Or like, I
Right.
assume the safe jumps off of throw, but like sometimes the disc isn't real and you can just jump out of it.
Yeah. Yeah, so that's actually a really good example. And that's one of those things where there's like sort of like a non-verbal like conversation between you and the opponent, which is like a lot of what mixed characters is like reads back and forth on like trying to determine where each other's understanding of each other's character is and what their understanding of the mix is, what's fake and what's not, and like exploiting that as much as you can. Because it wraps back around, right? Like if you know that somebody's at a certain level where they're like aware of safe jumps and stuff, and be like, okay, I know that this is fake, and he can only do one option here, so you don't even consider the super fake options, and they get away with it like once or twice, right?
Okay.
It's like a whole like circle. So off of throw, like you're absolutely right. Like there is a safe jump there, and it is like fake for the most part. Hermix in general off of it, I mean. So off of throw, this is the only real option. The only real choice is falling JH. That's a safe jump. That's off of recovery. I'm done.
And is that safe because the JH is hitting you as a safe jump, or because the disc is there? Is that the situation that you can like jump out of the disc?
This is the JH is safe,
Okay.
and the disc will catch you if you yeah. The disc will catch you and pop you up if you don't block the JH or if you try to like reversal out or anything like that. But yeah, if I try to do something like this, like a regular, like, I'm gonna get smoked for it. That's actually, you can jump out of that.
Okay. Like if they literally just threw the disc and didn't press anything else and just stood there, you could jump the disc effectively? Or
Yeah. I just won't do anything. Yeah, they can jump out.
Okay.
So what you can do there, if they want to be cheeky and try to like cross up and stuff off of throw, you let them know. You jump and you air throw them.
Yep.
You let them know. So the layer 1 defense for you there to not be caught in the whole, circle of like knowledge checking is the best thing to do is to get your fuzzy jumps down on that. Because if you get the fuzzy jump down, then you'll block the falling JH, and if they don't do that and they go for crossover or whatever, you'll jump out.
Right.
So that'll help a lot with your defense on specifically on throw disc. Yeah, it gets hit there because it's just like raw jumping. What else is safe jumps?
You have anything off of, like hair car or anything?
Yeah, so there's a couple. Let me just keep them DPing. And not blocking. So there's one that I use a lot. It's a little, I wouldn't say inconsistent, but it's not like, it's not auto-timed. You do have to manually time it, so you can like execution check people. I do this a lot, where it's just like it's just like a dash jump, and then you dash at the last second and hit JH. That's a safe jump, or it should be. Right, and you can kind of hit and all that. That should be a safe jump, but it is manually timed, so you can catch people, and it's like a left-right.
That works against Leo flash kick too.
Oh my god, fucking. Just hearing Leo flash kick is just like traumatizing.
Sorry.
Let's actually check that because you're on Leo now, right?
I am, yeah.
Yeah, let's see.
And it's got such a like weird circular hitbox that I wasn't sure if it would hit on the other side or not.
Yeah, I feel you.
I don't think it does, but
Let's find out. I still need to grind the hell out of this matchup. Okay. Yeah. So it'll protect.
nice.
Leo flash kick is like very good though. Let me see. Like you can like more or less invalidate a lot of Millia mix options if they get too cheeky and don't like really make their stuff solid. Right? Like if I mistime that for some reason, like it's going to smoke me. Apparently it's just going to smoke me, period. Okay, no, I was just bad.
It was a phase, you grew out of it.
So that's super good. Flash kick is definitely good. If they're like they're being unsafe about their Oki, like you can smoke a lot of options off of flash kick.
What are your options on super wall break?
Super wall break, it's actually like not that great. Depending if it's against a DP character, like my options are not great. The one safe jump we have is just this. Which obviously, like getting that whole combo, fantastic. If they whiff the DP, right? But for the most part, it's just an air dash in JS, which will catch like with the tip. So if they block, like I'm basically just back in neutral.
Okay.
If they don't have a DP, or if I've conditioned them not to DP, let's turn off DP after. Let me see. Yeah, after recovery. Let's set this one for backdash. Set this for throw. What I'll do. This is one thing that I'll do a lot. Did I set that to actually? Okay, yeah, I did. Okay. So something I'll do here. If I've got him conditioned, I'll just pull up. Because the thing with that is that 6H is it's airborne and it chases backdashes. So that covers both options at the same time. And if I'm just like pulling up like that, just like sprinting full force, like a lot of times if they don't block, they're gonna backdash or they're gonna just like mash throw, thinking that I'm trying to just like close out the round like that. And that'll catch for like a fat counter hit, and I can convert that into like a ton of stuff. I can get another wall break off of it, I can get a super off of it, I can get Oki off of it, I can get like a left-right. There's like a really screwed up left-right that I can get off of it. Which also is good to know about actually, because it's like kind of fake. But I'll go into that afterwards if you have any other like questions or things that you want to like ask about or figure out.
Are there any like good tells for what the Millia is gonna go for? Like you're in disc Oki situation, right? Like are there any like frame kills to watch out for, or like, you know, if I see them FD breaking, it's probably gonna be same side or anything like that?
Okay.
Or is it really just kind of like pray?
It's sort of prey. There is like. So, okay, so the thing to start with is probably just like breaking down how S-Disc Oki, or S-Disc, Jesus, H-Disc Oki works off of 2D. You get a 4-way mix off of it, right? or that's like generally what it's called. But technically, it's a left-right followed by a high-low, and it's not just like a way of splitting it in your head. It like literally works that way. Because if you do just this, right? If you actually just cross up in JH, you're just like destroying your ability to continue running your mix. So the way it works, I get this, right? First I have the left right. Oh, I forgot I had to backdash.
Backdash, you say?
Yeah, okay. So first you have the left right. And then after that you have the high-low, which is gonna be typically the typical thing that you run is that you're either gonna do another dash JH or you're going to fall in 2K. So it would look, you know, something like. Let me actually set them to block so you can get like a full all guard, normal block. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, so you do this. Oh my god.
This Leobot got hands.
He's got hands, man. He knows what I'm doing.
You block the mix and DP?
And just DP in my face. Like, alright, no big deal. Yeah, so you'll do like. Oh my god. I do not have hands today. Yeah, you just have to like time it. Oh my god, I cannot get this shit down right now.
It's late on a
Anyway,
Sunday. We respect
That's so
it.
true.
This happens to the best of us, don't worry.
That's true. Yeah, there we go. So like, you can get those. It's really like, if it does hit, the layer 2 will just whiff by design, and you can keep running it. So basically, the thing is, the left-right, which is just throwing disc and just like crossing up or delaying it long enough so that the air dash keeps you same side, that's more or less unseeable and you kind of have to guess it. If you're like super cracked and hopped up on amphetamines, you can probably get it, but
So me.
yeah, you're good to go. You got the shit all day and night.
Average Guilty Gear player on ADHD
So
medicine.
But yeah, after that, if you block out, the high-low for the most part is like kind of fuzzyable. Some people also just like have the reads on deck. Like you kind of like, you get hit by it enough times and you kind of get a feel of like what they like going for, what they autopilot to, and you can like kind of get the read on them a lot of times and just start, you know, blocking it consistently. Everybody of course has their variations on, you know, which buttons they press and how they run it, and that can make it like really confusing. Like one of them off of throw.
Oh, I got hit.
Some people will do that, and it's screwed up because that'll screw with you trying to like fuzzy guard like the high and low. Because you got 2 JPs, and then a bad one right after. Like, I'd say like 8 out of 10 times that I run that, people will block the 2 JPs and then they'll get smoked by the bad moon. Because at that point you're thinking, okay, he's just gonna fall and like start doing that. So that's something to look out for. If you see them do it once, you can probably expect it like pretty frequently.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there's lots of little variations like that.
But it's mostly just like watching the actual Millia movement, and then it's a high and then a low, so you're not like fuzzy blocking low high. Okay.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, you just gotta like keep an eye on them and what they like to do, and try to get a read on them that way. Let's see what else.
There's
else is there?
This might just be more morbid curiosity than like actual useful tech. You and I think I know Alexander, and I think I've seen you do it a good number of times. Is like I want to say it's in the corner, but it's like a JP frame kill into like one of your mixes. And that might just be you guys having robot devil hands and, and hitting a couple extra buttons, but
Let me see. I'm trying to
I
think.
want to off the top of my head, I want to say it's like a super jump JP frame kill, but I
Okay. So like, let's see. Stop blocking. Yeah. So there's this whole thing where we'll just like, we'll do that. We'll hit JP to kind of like help with the auto timing a little bit.
okay. But in that situation, you can still decide whether you're crossing up or not.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, delaying the JH as long as possible will keep it same side. And doing it earlier will keep it cross up, I think.
Interesting.
But it's kind of a Cybotia moment where it's like, shit, if I don't know how I'm crossing up, you definitely don't.
I have a question.
Uh-huh.
When do you burst against Millia, and when do you definitely not burst against Millia?
Ooh, that is excellent question. Okay, so definitely do not burst on close slash. It's hard. And I know it's hard, but like Millias can just do that kind of shit, right? Because it's jump cancelable. Like most close slashes are jump cancelable. But she has the added bonus of like really being able to like, even if she like hard reads you on it, and you don't burst, you know, she just falls and like does her stuff anyway, and it like keeps her pressure up. There are situations where you can just like read it and then just like grab her or whatever, but close slash is super dangerous, especially since you can like chain them. That's like, people will like try to hold on to their burst. Wait, I'm in the wrong menu. There we go. Okay. So there's this, right? Oh. Right? You can do that kind of thing. People will burst on that second one so often. So just do not burst. Please. If you get hit by close slash... Okay, it's time to stop jumping. If you get hit by close slash, the safest thing to do is wait for this. Once you see the second hit of 6H, you can burst. That's free. There's nothing I can do about it.
Okay.
Even if I do 2H. If I do 2H, whatever, you can burst there. No problem. Let's see how I can set this up.
Can you burst hair car? Like if
You can
get
burst
hit
hair
by
car.
the hair car? Okay.
If in the air combo, is there like a spot that is like logical to burst, or is it all just basically ends in a Canada burst?
In the air combo?
Yeah.
Yes. I want to say yes.
Because I always am too afraid to burst in the air combo, because I feel like I'm gonna Canada burst and look like an idiot.
I feel you.
So I just let it ride every time.
Yeah, for the most part, it's probably better to kind of let it ride, because like...
That's fair. You're still super high in the air, I guess.
Yeah, like, it feels really risky sometimes, because depending on the Millia, like, they may take advantage of that. Some people will just, like, drop their combos. Let me switch characters for this, because I suck at doing it on heavies still. Wait. Change character. Okay.
The fact that Guilty Gear has, like, lots of characters that interact differently with heavies and lights as far as combo routing and stuff like that, it still blows my mind. Like,
yeah, it's insane. And there's even like...
It's been so hard.
Yeah, there's even like niche combos where it's like not even a weight class thing, it's just like specific characters.
It only works on Kai, only works on Faust.
Yeah, I feel like it's usually Kai. That's the one. This combo only works on Kai.
Hell yeah, the anti-Catholic combos.
There's
crazy.
There's one of the Testament routes that drops on Zato for some reason.
That is insane, like specifically Zato.
Yeah, it's literally just Zato. Everyone else the route works on. It's not weight class dependent except for Zato.
That is insane. That rules. Okay, so let's see. Hopefully I get this right on the first shot. There's the re-jump combo for Millia. Right, you do this. Oh, right, I had him to burst. This is the most scuffed Metafy, I'm so sorry.
You're fine. You're doing great.
Alright, so there's this, right?
Yeah.
That whole rejump. If you burst there, if you burst after that first JS, I'm just falling still. I'm out of recovery. I'm just falling. So what ends up happening is you just Canadian burst completely. Let me see if I can. Oh wait, no. Let me not put that. Let me see how many hits it is, and then I'll time it for the burst. Okay, on 6. This is an experiment. Hopefully it works. Yeah, so normally there. Yeah, you can like really get away with shit there. Like, because mostly you can burst it, but people tend to like delay that a lot. And if you delay it even a little bit, like I'm already falling. I'm just like out of there.
Okay.
Some people have combos specifically where they'll just whiff Bad Moon because they know you're gonna burst. But I wonder if it works here. Let me see. Yep. Oh, yeah. It got me, like, away from you anyway. But, yeah, there's a couple of them like that. I'm trying to think... Where's it that I can cancel? Oh, right. Yeah, so since JD is jump cancelable, that's a bait spot.
Oh yeah, I guess so any of the spots that you're doing your jump cancels to continue the combo, all that could be first safe.
Like right there, that's safe. Actually, let me do that. How many hits was that? Okay, that's 6 again.
Sounds like for the most part my gut instinct of not wanting to burst in that combo to look like an idiot is pretty smart.
Yep.
I did not know that's what that slider was for. I could not figure out how that slider worked. Thank you so much.
Oh yeah, yeah.
No problem. I only just recently figured out how it works, so
That's so useful.
We'll get Malith in here on the last day to give them lab Metafy. It was like, all right, so this is how you use the
Wait,
lab.
actually, though, we should do that.
dude, yeah, learning how to lab is so huge. Like, I didn't do a ton of labbing until like fairly recently, and that shit is like such a buff. Let's see. What else? Yeah. So burst points. Let me go back to that actually. Good burst points. Stay away from close slash. Stay away from 5k because 5k I can jump out of. I can dash cancel. In the corner. Let me see. Anytime I'm doing this kind of thing, probably a bad idea to burst. Because check this shit out.
I love that.
Oh yeah, Mirage fucked
I
up.
can just mirage through it. And just like, okay, you didn't do anything. And just run it all the way. It's hard to burst there. I know one spot that people really love bursting, and I take advantage of it a lot. It's high risk, and it's like kind of a hard call. It's like kind of like what the hell is the word I'm looking for? Committal on my part, right? If I do, oh right, let me turn that off. If I do mix here, right? Whatever. This. And I turbo fall into the corner. Like, a lot of times I will intentionally put myself into the corner. Because people love bursting there. It's just like very valid, you know? It's Millia just shoved herself in the corner. She has low like health overall. I can beat her ass here, no problem. So like I'll do that and they'll burst there to keep me in the corner and get out of disco key at the same time. I will just block here.
Okay.
Like I did that against
I've seen that a lot in tournament.
yeah. Yeah, I did
People
that twice
burst
in the,
here so often.
yeah. I did it twice in the crew battle where I posted up. I should have just held back like this. Just like I'm just taking advantage of like what I think is a natural reaction to the situation in front of you, which is just, you know, Millia in corner. Here's my win con. Give it to me, please. I will hit first. Sometimes it's good, but like a lot of people will just like hold back and block it there, expecting it. Where else is good to burst and not burst? Oh, 2K2D is the perfect burst spot. I can't do anything there. You can just burst it.
That seems like a really good spot, yeah.
Yeah, you're just immediately denying me win con. I do H-disc, it's gonna screw up. I try to Mirage, I get bursted anyway. I get like flung to the corner, which is even worse for me. Try to be cheeky about it, and like I'm in the corner now. Yeah, there's no option that I have for that. That's a guaranteed burst. You just get that for free. And yeah, that's like, if there's any one good spot to use it, that is absolutely it. Like, you definitely want to burst there, because that stops me from running like the strongest Oki situation that I have, and preventing me from potentially like looping that into like a million paper cuts and you dying. Now that I mentioned 2K2D, I wanted to show this really quick, because if you have the reactions for it, or if they're just like spamming 2K2D and you catch on to it, you can start punishing it. They made the recovery of 2D better, but there's still a gap between 2K and 2D. So you can DP. You can just DP right there.
Fun.
Which,
There you go, Westfield.
for Leo players, fantastic.
I want to know, like, half the cast has this problem, by the way. It's awful. Like, I think Leo, Testament, Amelia, and then there's a couple other we've
I
gone.
think Biken has a gap too.
I think Biken's is the only one that, like, or one of, not the only one, but like one of the few characters who doesn't have a gap in their 2K2D.
True.
But there's a lot of characters that have like a little gap in there. It's pretty rough.
Damn.
As a treat.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just left there as a treat for all the DP characters.
Hell yeah. Yeah, it's especially like powerful here because it's just like, oh, is that your win con? No, this is my win con.
Yep.
Flash kick in the back turn. Let's go, baby.
Woo, let's go.
Yeah.
Do you know any good spots when you're defending against Millia for like walk unders, where you can like walk under her air pressure, or like if you're in the corner, you can like walk out underneath her corner pressure or anything like that?
Oh, yes, there's a very good one for that. Let me see. How do I do this? I'm just gonna all guard it. I'm gonna show you the situation, right?
Yeah, that'd be fine.
Yeah, it's set to auto block, so it's gonna block it. This is straight up a knowledge check. It's fucked up, but it's her. She has an air combo that if you don't know what she's doing, she gets a wall slump off of it, and that wall slump just gives her 2D disc right back into win con, away from the wall again. Like, it's screwed up. So let me see if I can just like, oh right, set to. How do I do this? Whatever, I'm gonna run it without it blocking. You're gonna see what it does, and I'm just gonna tell you how to beat it, because it's very simple. Oh, right. I had the burst again. God damn it. This is like no different from me like regularly lapping, by the way. I'm like this like fumbling with it constantly.
I can't stand lab controls.
Oh, right. And I had that going. Counter attack. None. Okay, we are now good. Yeah, so you got a slump there, which is fucked, because what she does is she Turbo falls behind you, and then just gets her whole thing all over again. So the way you defend against that, you know, she does this, you get hit by it, she gets her air combo, right? You see Turbo Fall Capel, and you hold forward. This JH, when she's falling, is cross-up. It does visually, it is not cross-up, right? But the game recognizes it as a cross-up. So all you do is hold forward. You hold forward there, and like by the time she reaches you, you're either walked forward enough where you're out of the corner, or you just block it and then you just dunk on her for daring to try to do that to you.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
The tell for that is like, you've separated from Millia, you've fallen down off screen, so now you should be holding forward, and then presumably also like 60 on her landing or something.
Yeah. Once you see her going up like this, and then you see that Turbo Fall Capel.
Gotcha.
Yeah, just hold forward, and you're good to go. That blocks anything that you could possibly do there because there's protection for it. Any other walkout situations I'm trying to think of? There's like situational stuff. Not a lot of Millias will do it. I do this here sometimes because if they're not like expecting it, right, I can get this like fake ass mix off of it. Where like, okay, that just went the wrong way. Oh yeah.
Mix so fake it mixes itself.
I got places to be.
Mix my damn self. But yeah, there's off of like a throw disc here. A lot of times you can just walk out of that. Also, I have a clip that Pluto sent me from one of our matches that I did a setup like that, and it was just like wonky, and he was able to just like walk out of it.
What direction did he walk? Towards the wall, or?
Let's look. I'm gonna look at my DMs right now. Do.
Oh shit! I don't remember that in there.
I'll post it in chat also. Where is it? Yeah, he just walked back towards the wall.
There you go.
So I threw here, I did this, and he just walked out. I couldn't do anything about it. So, and that kind of walkout is good in that situation also specifically because even if I crossed, he would have been walking towards the corner, so he would have been holding back when I crossed, and he would have blocked the disc anyway.
Okay.
So yeah, any throws like that for Milia's to like get out of the corner, yeah, you just hold back. You're good to go. You walk towards the corner. Any other walkout situations? I can't think of any off the top of my head. Let's see, what else? Trying to think of like fake mix and stuff like that.
With like hair, like mid-screen hair card and stuff, it's kind of like stun dipper, right? Where like if you block it, Millia's negative.
Yeah, if you block it from there, I am definitely negative.
Okay. Is it like punishable negative?
Mm-hmm.
Or...
Yeah, it's definitely punishable. I don't know what a good solo button to punish there would be. Probably like anything. Let me see.
R slash or something. Might be too stubby.
Counterattack. Unblocked. Let's try. Let's try 5H and see if that reaches. Yeah, I'm holding back. I get hit.
Okay. Wow. Yeah. Gotcha. So
Yeah.
does Millia not typically do hair car without meter and neutral then, just kind of like Kai does, or?
Right. Yeah. It's like it's kind of a send it option. It's good. It's really good as a whiff punish. It's really good to like check if people are asleep at the wheel and just like kind of hovering around here like this without blocking. There's a certain distance where you can just kind of throw it.
Yeah, because it got such a huge hitbox, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and it's disjointed at the tip,
Okay.
so it's good for that kind of stuff. Sometimes people will just like straight out send it. I am some people. I will do that. If they have meter though, it's pretty good because it's more than just you know, canceling it out or whatever. You can also cancel out of it like FRC into JK, which is like an instant overhead, right? And then you can just whoop do that, and you can also cancel it into a low. Like what you do is you whiff JH and you land, and you can just 2K immediately. So if you have someone, so you can't just like autopilot, like okay, block low, high, low. Because for the most part, that'll work against like most Millias, because they'll just spam that, right? They'll just do that, and blocking low, high, low, smoke it a million times. So it's just something to look out for, that some people will go, and then you punch them for it. It's the same thing.
Yeah. All right. I have a potentially controversial question that
Okay.
I know the actual answer is just for me to get good, but I want there to be an easier answer. How the hell do I keep these fucking Millias in the corner? Because I feel like she jumps out of everything, and I'm so tired of it.
True. Okay. So you're... Hey.
Hi, Jen.
Hi. So your options for keeping Millia in the corner. Every Millia to get out of the corner is going to be jump happy, right? They're going to try to, like, maybe they're going to try to air dash out, or they'll try to, like, capel out, or they'll just, like, do that, or super jump. You know, they'll just burn all their air options getting out. They'll do all kinds of stuff, right?
Mm-hmm.
The best thing to do is, you know, well, one of two things. You can either, on a hard read, you know, you hit them, they'll block, you call out the jump, and you just jump up and just fucking air throw them back into the corner, like, no, where the hell are you going? The other option with Testament, they have like a really juicy JS, right? Like, it reaches pretty long. So you can do the classic thing, right? You hover right around the timer. You can run Grave Reaper, you can use 6H with no problem. You can still, yeah, they can pressure Millia like pretty hard from there, and then if you think that they're gonna jump out, you just come up and JS. If it hits, you get a whole combo off of it. If not, you're just yelling them back into the corner. Continue running your pressure. You JS and then J236H. Keep them in the corner, right? I think that's probably the easiest thing to do. You know what, if you want, I can switch to a training lobby and we can work through it right now.
Sure, we can do that in a second. Let's make sure if there's any other like general stuff.
Yeah, you want to just like tack that on to the very end after we finish everything. Okay, cool. Anything else? Any other questions? I could spend like all day on like knowledge checks and shit like that, but I want to make sure I like address the things that you guys like have issues with or questions about.
Can I grab Turbo Fall out of when disc is laid, or is that fake?
When disc is late?
No, when disc is laid out, like it's like out, it's on the field, like it's active. I'm assuming I cannot grab Turbo Fall. That's real.
You can grab Turbo Fall. It's very real. It's risky. It's a hard call because if I don't Turbo Fall, you're kind of smoked.
Mm-hmm.
But if it's somebody who likes doing, you know, that thing, yeah, you can grab that. No problem.
Okay. I just have to hard read it. Okay.
Yeah, but
that's the story of my life. Yeah, I got you.
Yeah, I think like most Turbo Fall setups like that are fake to that extent. Let me see if I can like. Let me not have this on block. No guard. On recovery, let's have on throw. Let's see if I can pull this off. There's a reset that this one Millia player Token does, and a lot of us have started picking it up. Where you do this, right? I'm not close enough to the corner. This one right there. I'm so good at the game.
You trash.
Oh my god. Right, there's that. If it's actually spaced where you're up against the wall and I try to do that, you can just throw me. I turbo fall into the corner and that's a free throw. There's another one that people do where you turbo fall twice.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Yeah, you just do that shit twice. I'm not gonna do it twice. Never in my life. There we go, I did it.
Oh my god.
That's throwable.
So if I see turbo fall, just grab that shit every time.
Grab that shit, yeah.
Yeah, okay. That's something I need to fucking. That's a lab technique, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
So that's a set the Millia bot to do 2 different things and then react to turbo fall.
Yeah. It's hard to cover everything with a character like Millia because
Yes.
she's got so many movement options and so many TK options and so many things that people like are still like coming up with, and then Roman Cancel just like opens that window like infinitely more, where you can do all kinds of like crazy looking shit that like ultimately is fake, but it's so visually overwhelming that you can't like really be ready for everything, you know? So yeah, it's hard to go over everything, but generally the more insane something looks, chances are it's probably fake in some way. You can hit lab and like find an answer to it.
Where's that clip? That clip that I just took from the Texas Showdown.
Do you know approximately like what the recovery on turbo fall is, as far as like, I guess
Like landing recovery.
yeah, I guess landing. It's kind of a hard move to talk about recovery with because it's not an active attack or anything.
Yeah, it has the normal 9 frames of landing recovery.
Okay, it doesn't add any extra.
Yeah, that's it. 14 frames start up and then 9 recovery on landing. Let me see. What else? Trying to think what else to cover. Oh, this is probably a good 50-50 to just be aware of. I think it's a screw up 50-50, and it's a reset, so it's like kind of gimmicky. Not everybody's gonna go for it. You have this close slash.
Oh, I've seen that.
I have seen that.
She dashes back and it changes the landing momentum, and you end up just crossing back over. And it's a 50-50 because if she FDs, then it goes that way. If I did it properly, it would have switched sides. Either way, it's a safe jump. So it's just good to be aware of. The thing to look out for is just the FD flash. If you can react to the FD flash, then you know that she's gonna be landing right side compared to left side. Like the normal non-FD will land from the same side that she started. Let me see if I do that again. Oh, maybe if I'm not like all the way in the fucking corner. I messed it up, whatever. I got the point across. I am not gonna like spend time. It's just like, oh, I can totally get it.
Well, I know
good, I promise.
Tibbers probably has her question, and I have a perfect
do.
final question for the wrap up.
Well, so, okay. Before I give my like everyone's question, what Millia skin is the best?
This one right here. This custom fucking Gundam Witch from Mercurial one that I made. Thank you very much.
The white hair is great.
It's 10 out of 10.
Thank you.
So, my question I've been asking everyone is, why Millia?
So I've always been like a pretty casual enjoyer of fighting games up until Guilty Gear. But I always like gravitated towards like really fast characters. Like when I screw around with like Marvel, I was like really big on like Strider and stuff like that. So when I bought Guilty Gear on a total whim with Bread, just because he was buying it, I was like, oh, sick, okay, I'll get it. I was just like, okay, where are the fast characters? And it like boiled down to Chip and Millia. I was just like looking at both of them. I was like, Millia looks cool. Like, what the hell is this? Like, just seeing like the hair gimmick, like literally just on character select screen. I was like, all right, Chip looks lifted out of Naruto, which I vibe with. That's okay. But Millia looks fucking sick. She's probably cool. Let me just try her out. And I just like started messing with it. I was like, okay, yeah, this feels cool. Then talking to my friend who actually plays Gear, he was like, oh, who'd you pick? I was like, yeah, Millia. She's cool. And he was like, oh, you picked a hard character. You should pick someone else. I was just like, nah, this is sick. I'm just gonna stick with it.
And then your life was ruined.
And then my life was ruined. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I just really value high mobility, and I really like mixing. Like that's something that I really enjoy doing a lot. So like, it just feels like a really natural fit for me. Like I may have eventually like screwed around with Bridget. I almost like picked her up, but ultimately I was just like, nah, Millia's mobility and like the flexibility and creativity that I can have with it, and just like total openness with freedom of expression and stuff like that. I was like, yeah, I'm just gonna stick to her.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
Nice.
All right, my final question is a targeted little hot dog question. It doesn't have to be a Guilty Gear song. If I were to listen to a single song that's guaranteed to make me beat the Millia that I'm playing against, what song is it?
Oh my god. Ah, that's so hard. I have like so many different like specifically just like bracket playlists depending on like the mood I'm in. I have one that's just like straight like black metal and grindcore, and then I have shit that's just like club music. I got you. I'll send you a couple tracks.
Hell yeah.
I'll send you a couple tracks.
We'll get the hot dog approved anti-Millia tech songs.
Yeah, it's got to be something with a high enough BPM to get you like on her, you know, wavelength.
Exactly. Perfect. I'm gonna